This year's Rick Scott Political Activism Award is presented to a group of members who have represented the values and work embodied in this award. The Rick Scott Political Activism Award recognizes members who have demonstrated outstanding work in electoral, legislative, or other political activities on behalf of our union. This year's award is being presented to the Corrections Policy Committee for the success and ongoing commitment to legislative activism through their lobby days. At the legislature, we know that sustained pressure from our members is critical to either support legislation we want passed or defeat legislative proposals that would otherwise harm our members and not be in their best interest. CPC members came to the Capitol to lobby to ban private prisons and protect our pensions. They were successful in pushing back against being forced to work 12-hour shifts, and they helped pass legislation that covered correctional officers and thousands of other workers in an expanded definition of workers who would receive workers' compensation in the event that they contract COVID. This year, the Corrections Policy Committee led one of the last lobby days prior to the Capitol in our state, largely being shut down due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Their sustained pressure on legislators, leadership, and the administration made long-lasting impact in the lives of thousands of workers in our state. And so we are honored to bestow the 2020 Rick Scott Political Activism Award to the Corrections Policy Committee. Congratulations.
For the last 27 years, I've worked for the Minnesota Department of Corrections in St. Cloud. I'm a member of the AFSCME Corrections Policy Committee. We had our first CPC Day on the Hill in 2015. We knew we needed our own lobby day to share our stories and push our legislative priorities. Forming the Corrections Policy Committee gave us a chance to leverage our power, and we'll continue to grow.
It's a big deal for us to talk about this and to get it out there, why these are dangerous jobs for us, but we're willing to do it, we're dedicated to it, but we need the funding to continue doing our job. And we do a lobby day every year, and we have for the last 5 years, and I've gone. Why that's a big deal? There has anywhere from 20 to 100 officers walking around the Capitol. We're all in uniform, and they notice us.
The continued issues with short staffing at our facilities were not fully resolved. In 2019, DOC Commissioner Paul Schnell announced that 12-hour shifts would replace the 8-hour shift workers had negotiated. In the 2020 legislative session, we advocated against 12-hour shifts, fully staffing our facilities and protect our pensions.
12-hour shifts are not something that we want. It may not seem like a big deal, but what it does is it messes with our staffing. They're looking to save money by using less staff to cover our shifts. However, that uses more vacation time, and it's just not as safe because people are tired. Those who have kids in childcare, can you imagine if you work 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.? Very few childcares open up prior to 6 o'clock in the morning. My coworkers already have a hard time finding childcare, and then to have them for 12 hours. A lot of daycares won't even take kids for 12 hours. With the help of the legislator and our feedback, we were able to get that taken off the table at this point because they tried to get it in without going through the bargaining process. We are a family. We do really amazing things in the state of Minnesota for our offenders.
When the COVID pandemic began and started spreading, we knew that it was going to make a tough situation even worse in our facilities.
Looking at facility closures, and we're looking at a bunch of different stuff in the DOC. So we've got a long fight ahead of us, but we're not ready to give up. We're not, and we're not going to. We're not going to give up. We're going to keep fighting. We're a force to be reckoned with, and they will hear us. No one knows your story better than you, so you need to tell them. You need to talk to them, because that's how changes are made. But we do this for our Joes. Joe Gum, Joe Parisi, anybody that's injured in the line of duty, or unfortunately for both of our Joes when they died in the line of duty. All of us that work, we're a part of a family. And I want to make sure that at the end of the day, we all go home, because we haven't before. And that is the hardest thing. to have somebody not go home. And we got to make sure that we go home. So that's why it's so important. And that's why you got to push yourself out of that box and do the things that are hard for you, because it can make a difference.